Welcome back into another NBA DFS Prize Picks video. It's Taco Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get into it. You know, another solid day yesterday, 6 for 7 as a whole, 2 for 2 in NBA DFS. So hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that. Looking at the slate today, it really comes down to whether or not Julius Randle is going to be active, as well as Jalen Brunson is currently questionable as well. I'm kind of expecting Brunson to play. Whereas Julius Randle, he got injured in the previous series, only played 16 minutes in that last game, and then sat out in the previous game against Miami. That led to Mitchell Robinson, 1, gaining a ton of minutes, and 2, just dominating. So if Julius Randle is out again, I do think we can expect Mitchell Robinson to get around 36 minutes. And to me, this isn't exactly the free square that Tobias Harris was last night, but it is still going to be the best prop that we are getting. It's just trying to figure out how we want to go about making this prop bet with Mitchell Robinson. So if we look at his per 36 production with Julius Randle off the court, averages 12 points per 36. So already we could see maybe potentially doing points. Averages 12 or 16.6 rebounds per 36, 1 assist, 1 block, and 4 blocks and 1 steal. So that's pretty crazy there. The issue with him is that he just doesn't get that many shot attempts. It's like around 5 and then about 2.3 free throws made. So really, to me, where are we potentially getting the best edge there? I would say on paper, it looks like the best edge would be in points, rebounds, and assists. Just given the fact that, once again, averages 16.7 rebounds per 36 and 12 points. Tack on maybe 1 assist, and we are sitting pretty there. And that is very interesting there. So look at the average sportsbook line for points, rebounds, and assists for Mitchell Robinson. That is set at 18.1, but they're heavily favoring the over there. To me, that's pretty interesting. And he's projected, that's not worried about the projection. It's a little bit different. That's going to be not based off of the per 36 production. That is just based off of the average on the season times his projected minutes for the day. So to me, I do think we are getting 2 pretty good props there for Robinson. The question becomes, 1, is Mitchell or is Julius Randle for sure sitting? And then if so, which prop do we want to go with? I don't mind fantasy score. Kind of expect him to get a couple more blocks. I mean, he went off against Cleveland, a more difficult matchup for opposing bigs. So you'd expect him to be able to go off against Miami as well. Now, both teams are very solid against bigs, don't get me wrong, but not a bad pick. And then let's go to the flip side of that game, because I do think Kevin Love could potentially be a good prop as well. If you guys have been following this channel really for the playoffs and whatnot, you have found my love for Kevin Love. He's just a strong basketball player. And we can see against Milwaukee, I know Jimmy Butler went off, but to me, he was the biggest, I shouldn't say biggest difference maker, but kind of the X factor, if you will. If Kevin Love doesn't have as good of a game or series as he did, the Bucks are probably playing New York tonight. And so what I find very interesting about Kevin Love today is the fact that he only played 16 minutes in that previous game. And if we look back against that series against Milwaukee, that happened randomly in game 2, and then he got his normal minutes. So I don't really know what's going on there. I would say that is the biggest worry, is that the minutes were just randomly not there for Kevin Love. And if I'm missing a reason, like, I don't know if he maybe potentially got injured or something, I doubt it. But if that is the case, let us know in the comment section below, guys. But it's the fact that in 16 minutes, he was really very close to getting the over here. Literally missed it by a bucket. And so obviously if he gets 20 minutes, I expect him to be able to get the over there. So Looney, I don't exactly know what to do with him, to be honest with you. It's kind of one of those situations where I kind of just want to roll with the hot hand because he has just been going off. Now it's a new series, tougher matchup against Anthony Davis. And if you remember at the start of that series against the Kings, Looney got into foul trouble. Okay, that was the biggest issue with him. But besides that, had just went off and was gaining a ton of rebounds. Okay, if he's still going to be getting us 30 minutes and, you know, hopefully staying out of foul trouble, this number does still seem too low. Now it's a question of, do you want to do fantasy score again? Do you want to do rebounds? Obviously he's been dominating there. Do you want to do points, rebounds, and assists? And honestly, I don't mind points, rebounds, and assists as well today for him, just because if he is going to be snatching up 12 plus rebounds, it's going to be tough to imagine him knocking the over for this as well. And obviously some of that is dictated on him kicking out and Clay, Curry, Poole, you know, those guys, Wiggins, draining a 3 and maybe gets a couple more assists as well. And then lastly, I don't mind Austin Reeves over 4 rebounds. Now, I do think that this is probably going to be a push, but at the same time, he is someone that's just playing so many minutes. And if you look at this game, it is kind of a higher over and under, especially for the playoffs. Why is that? Well, that's because obviously the Warriors are just going to shoot a ton. Thus, there should be some long rebounds available for Austin Reeves. And obviously, it's a little bit based off of luck. The ball needs to fall into his hands, but not a terrible prop there as well. So you guys know that I really value both your time and honestly your bankroll. And so that's why I don't exactly want to come out with a bet of the day just yet today. I do like the Mitchell Robinson prop. If we get news that Randall's out, then it's probably going to be the best one that we are getting. Looney and Love, I think they have a great chance to get their overs as well if you guys want to use those, and we don't have any other better props that come out prior to the tacos coming out. By all means, we can use those and feel confident that maybe, heck, even 50% of those hit. But it does slightly feel like we'd be forcing those a little bit, just as an FYI. And just looking at the best props that we were getting today, just pulling those up for you guys, we can see, not that many great ones as well on the board. So that's part of the reason why I kind of feel like we'd maybe just be forcing a little bit more than I would feel comfortable with. Now, if I had to give one, I guess it'd be Looney and Robinson, but I'm not going to count that if it hits on the tracker of today's pick. And then as well, I will be coming out with an MLB props video as well tonight, and then also going to be coming out with probably the Taco Tuesday prop picks of the day this afternoon, I believe. It depends on time. I still need to do a fantasy golf video, which if you guys haven't, make your way over to that. It's been a highly profitable season thus far. All right, that's all I have for you. Let's have a good slate, and as always, let's keep cashing.